Technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties. All right, technical difficulties are no more. Let's get into my player ratings. As I always say, I like to watch the games again. Carl, we're watching on a madness. Lovely header that was from Gabriel. Let's start with Ramsdale. I'm giving him a 7. I think, he had one moment. He had a quiet first half, not through in a nice way. I want my keeper to have nothing to do every week. But yeah, I think his distribution was good. I think he was all right. I think apart from that little dodgy moment where him and Gabriel bugged out, they were calm. Obviously, Ramsdale had to make some saves in the second half, and there was one effort that beat him, but hit the post. Well, hit the bar. Other than that, I think he was very good. White, I also think gets a 7. I think everyone scores quite highly today, if I'm honest with you. I think Saliba, it's an 8. He was quality today. I think Gabriel was also quality. He would also get an 8, but he scored, so I'm going to give him a bonus point of a 9. Large up Saliba for trying his best long-range Gerrard impression. Zinchenko, I also think he was very good today off the ball, man, and involved in the goal, so I'm giving him a 7. Granit Xhaka, I think Xhaka was cold today, I think Xhaka, the only thing is he probably shouldn't have tried to take that touch and go round Leno because he's not the player for that. I think Xhaka had a very good game today as well, so I'll probably give him another 7. Partey, I think he was quality today, so I'll give you an 8. I think you was very good today, Partey. Odegaard, bonus point of an 8. I think you was good, can play a lot better. I think Saka wasn't his normal self. He was a nuisance. In fact, a bonus point, Odegaard. I forgot you scored. That's a 9. That 9 is a 7 plus an 8 for me. Saka, I think you get an 8. You get a 7. I think you was not as sharp as you could, but you weren't meaty. You weren't meaty. Who else is there? Trossard, 10 out of 10. Easy. You're like, what more can I ask for you to do? You're an attacking player. You defended well. You linked up with your players well. You've got 3 assists. I can't ask you, maybe you could have scored on another day. You didn't really, from what I can remember, you didn't really get any chances like that. But I asked my attacking players to be decisive. He was that today, really. So I'm giving you that. Martinelli, I think you played of a level of an 8, but you scored. So I'm giving you a bonus. Yeah, do you know what? Let me be a bit kinder, man. Saliba and Gabriel, true you say you're playing against Mitrovic. So I'm gonna give you both 9s, man. Let me be nice to people. Who else is there? I feel like I'm missing someone else out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's the starting 11. Fabio came off the bench. Nelson off the bench. Tommy off the bench. Tierney off the bench. We didn't use all 5 subs. Surely we didn't use all 5 subs today. Oh, apologies, Gabriel Jesus. How can I forget? To be fair, you haven't been involved. Yes, we did. Apologies, Arteta. Big up Arteta. Also, I always forget to do Arteta for these. I'll give Arteta a 10 out of 10. Like, what decisions could you have made differently today? You won 3-0, kept a clean sheet, got the 3 points. Can't ask the gaffer nothing more. Fabio Vieira, again, you have to adjust it for minutes played. I think a high 6. You came on and did well. I think it's strong 6 for Nelson. I think a strong 6 for Tierney. You came and put yourself about. Tomiyasu is kind of done when you came on. Jesus, a strong 6 as well. Do you know everyone off the bench is 6? Like, there's nothing really to say other than that. Jesus probably should have scored. Should have probably passed the ball, but it is what it is. Shout out to Rance with the raid for that one, Mike Hilly. Appreciate that. But yeah, man. It is what it is. We walk away with that. So for me, Ramsdale 7, White 7, Saliba and Gabriel 9, 7 for Zinchenko and Xhaka, 8 for Partey and Odegaard, 7 for Bukayo Saka. Trossard man of the match for me, 10 out of 10. Gabriel Martinelli a 9. And all the subs from Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney, and Jesus 6s. The gaffer Mikel Arteta 10 out of 10. Now, when I watch the game again, it might fluctuate. I think I'm fighting between not giving my centre-backs 10 out of 10s as well because Fulham didn't offer much, but I can't ask them to do anything more. I don't think I can. I'm giving them 9s, but really they should have 10s. I don't think I could ask anyone anything to do anything better or anything differently. I think you all rose to the occasion and done what you could in it. American Guna, you're far, far, far too kind. He's gifted out more community subs. One love for that. But yeah, that would be my player ratings. What are you lot saying? Nelson looked dangerous out there. If he can finish a few more passes of play, his confidence will rise. Amen. 5 for Fabio. Bias 10 Tierney. Stay at Arsenal or the class. Amen. Everyone's going to get cooked. Come on, you Gunners. 7 for Fabio. Trossard reminds me of good Johnson, Larson, impact at Barcelona and Chelsea. Trossard with 5 assists in the Premier League since joining us and is now 3rd in the league for assists. Trossard has been amazing, man. He's a quality player, man. And again, if we're going to be in the Champions League next year, if we get in the Champions League, we want to go as far as we can. You need these experienced players who can be decisive, which on paper, whether you rate them or not, Xhaka, Partey, El Nene, Jorginho, obviously you can have your own opinions. You have to adjust your ratings for these players, along with Trossard. You need some Premier League proven players or just players that are experienced. Same way you need some naive young kids. I don't think Nketiah gets back into this team. At the moment, it looks peak for him, but you can't rule out anyone, man. You can't rule out anyone. Injuries and all of these things happen. Great game today. Partey and Zinchenko class as usual. They did cook. Martinelli, Odegaard, Trossard cooked. And I do like the runs Martinelli works with. Do you know what? I don't remember if it was a poor effort from Martinelli, like a missed shot or a Leno save. But I think about Leno made one big save. I think Leno made a big save to deny Martinelli. I think Jesus should have passed or made sure he scored. I think there was an incident like that with Reece Nelson. And obviously Granit Xhaka when he went round the keeper. So we've won 3-0. It's been one-way traffic. I did think if we could have scored more. And again, on another day, not that Fulham troubled us because I think it was a professional job. We scored the goals in the first half. We deaded the game. We said, you know what? Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Let's not overcomplicate things. Fulham are going to come on to us. They're at home. They're getting embarrassed. To a degree, they did do that, and we just managed it well. Like I said, I wouldn't have liked to have seen Ramsdale make as many saves as he kind of had to, but I think we managed it well, really. I did wonder where was this Fulham team in the first half, which for me, it's all right, but I'd probably say that, people. So, yeah, man, I'd say that's the player ratings, but keep the thoughts coming. 5 straight Premier League wins. We're going to need that now. You've got Leeds, Crystal Palace. I'm pretty sure Liverpool. Obviously, the Europa League is a thing as well. It sounds, a man said, Hudrick. Every game is important. You never know, man. Eddie and Nketiah showing he can mix it in the team. At moment, Nelson's doing his job. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, take the bench at this moment in time. Again, injuries happen at different times this season. But now you've got Jesus back. Nelson's made a role for himself. Saka, Martinelli are starting. Trossard is doing his thing. And any other people have missed out, right? Let's just assume that this was the case next season. We're doing everything next season. And some of you, rightly or wrongly, like you just said, Eddie has been in the team, but sometimes he hasn't. Let's just say, all right, Balogun's part of the mix now. Arteta brings in a next striker. There's a next winger. There's a next centre mid. You've still got Smith Rowe. Somebody's going to miss out. Make sure it's not you. So we are getting good depth, but the same double-edged sword of that is players are not going to get on the bench. And this is why we're going to have to make some harsh decisions, especially for me in central midfield. Because to go to that next level, I think the middle of the park is where Arsenal need to do well. Younger Partey is so hard to find, of course, but man, I have to find something. Because as you've seen, if Partey's not fit, it's peak. Declan Rice. Ramsdale was the only subpar player today. Harsh. Ramsdale weren't subpar today. Very harsh. How? Much love to the YouTube fam, but if you ain't on Twitch as well, what you doing? Amen. I know we won today, but we really need to take all our chances. Could have been at least 5-0 win today. If players took their chances, we need the goal difference, but we do need the goal difference. But right now, we need the 3 points. I hear you. In a game like that, we could have. Like, if I'm Saka, if I'm Trossard, if I'm these guys, I'm thinking, like what we saw a bit to a degree today, I'm thinking, yo, this could be the game that, like Trossard did. You scumbag your assist tally. It looks wavy at the end of the season. But I think people are hard. I don't agree with that Ramsdale comment, though. I think you're being very harsh. But you are right. We could pattern the goal difference. DG, if you could take any midfielders with the players we've been linked with, who would you take? I think it's Zubamendi and McAllister for me. Yeah. I would. There's a few, though, man. I think Zubamendi would be right up the top, right up there. And I don't know who, but I think we need an 8, man. I think Xhaka's good in that, but I think we need an 8. Any idea, man of the match? For me, Trossard, man. Saliba and Gabriel 9 took turns pocketing Mitrovic. Yeah, you know what? Give them the 9s, man. Held them up and give them the 9s. Loving the black kit. I brought the signed starting lineup. I can't lie. I hear that. Did you see Casemiro dangerous red card? No, I haven't seen that. One love to rant for the raid again. I haven't seen. Was it a madness? It sounds like, again, he's got a habit of doing that frequently, Casemiro. Didn't he just get sent off the other day? People are saying we won't have Trossard until the international break. He said, nah, F that. Arteta hoodwinked. DG Nation, the one to follow and subscribe. Come on. Shout out you lot. So, yeah, man. Most Mikel Arteta signings have been a hit. Doubters should have faith in our manager and recruiters team. They have. You know, the only ones that have really been duds, well, the Williams, the Maries, the Cedrics, these guys were Bandulu. Aubameyang, from the point of him signing a new contract. Nuno Tavares, Lokonga, they ain't work. Not every manager is going to hit off straight away, but the majority where it's been at crucial periods or crucial money, it's worked out, really. The jury is still out, on someone like, I mean, you could see Fabio Vieira can be a decent player for us, but I'd say the jury is probably still out there. Technically, I guess the jury is still out on Trossard and Jorginho, as much as I don't believe that, especially where Trossard is concerned and Jorginho a few games ago. I'll be fair and play devil's advocate a bit. It's only been a couple of months. If that was their best performances and they're never good again, for example, you know where we'd be at, really. But yeah, they've been all right. One thing I don't doubt is his talent ID. And I'll give the gaffer some trust, but, no one's perfect. People get things right and wrong in it. Xhaka should have used it. He should have hit it first time, man. Bossard doing his thing. You needed a man that would contribute now with your title chase. Mudryk might have disrupted the flow. But this is the thing. You got not to credit Chelsea, but Chelsea look meaty at the moment, and nothing's really working out. Arsenal were doing our thing, so naturally there's a bias. God forbid, but a year from now, things could look too different. Mudryk could have come into Arsenal, stunk up the place. He could have come here and looked lit. What I would say is, they talk about Mudryk as having all this potential. They haven't quite extended that to Trossard, and I'm not here to put the players together. What you see is what you get. You know what you're getting with Trossard, and what Arsenal have in front of their eyes right now, that helps us versus betting on Mudryk. But if Arteta really wanted Mudryk, he was the first target. Everything's worked out. But if he was the first target and the guy you really wanted and all of that sort of jazz, then it probably would have worked out, people. And there would have been attacks. Even Trossard. If Trossard went over there to Chelsea right now, he might look rubbish as well, because all the attackers aren't really thriving. Cool, Enzo Fernandez and João Felix, they're looking all right, but no one's really thriving. But you're right, man. Again, I don't think we'll always get Premier League experienced players in that, but sometimes you have to, really and truly. Sometimes you genuinely just have to move for them and do a thing very quickly. In my humble opinion. So yeah, Trossard worked out, but you never know, man. And Trossard, there's a sense of belief. And like, if you go back to when we signed Trossard, and it's still right, people saying, oh, what a good squad player. He's good for the squad. We can do false nine. We can do this, where you've seen, to go with Eddie Nketiah, he's helped us, keep moving along with the injury to Jesus. But Trossard is obviously going to sit there and say, forget all of that. I'm 28. I want to play football. I want to become important. And that's what he's doing. They're giving good problems to the manager. And you just hope Reece Nelson can keep doing what he's doing. The new players that we get in the summer keep doing what they're doing. Badly would love for Smith Rowe to have a clean run. Martinelli and Saka just keep doing what you're doing. And there's good problems, really. Don't be the player Mikel Arteta leaves you out, because there's problems. Only 11 players can start. Only a certain amount can be on the bench. And like you see, if you start getting some better 6 options, some better 8s, some better defensive options, some better attacking options, someone's going to miss out. If Eddie Nketiah was fit right now, it's probably him or Reece Nelson, in my opinion. And because Nelson is doing his thing at this moment in time, probably would have lent towards him not being involved. So who knows, man? It's a good one, but who knows, man? As I said, I believe experience is overrated, but it can't be overstated. Now, a lot of people are not going to have a clue what the hell I'm referring to there, but that's for the people who understand football and love football at its purest stage, in it. But yeah, man, Trossard and Jorginho, he didn't play, doing what he's doing. It's good for them to experience some pressure. We are another level away this season, DJ. I mean, our away form has been good, man, but the most important thing is the clean sheet. Good game. I was worried when we were playing with our food at 2-0, but we got the third. That's the thing I'm happy about, because there's been times we've played like that and we've gone in at 0-0, and then second half is a bit of a mad one. That's why I said earlier, the best goal for me, not in terms of how it was scored, was Odegaard's, because that's the kick in the teeth. That's any little bit of optimism kind of crushed or soul destroying. You saw the reactions to when Gabriel scored from the set piece from the Fulham players, and then you obviously saw when Odegaard did. Obviously, second half came. Fulham, they have to come out and do something. They're embarrassing their fans. They're embarrassing themselves. I would have loved it to have been a bit more one-way traffic, but we didn't force the issue, really. So, yeah, I'm happy for this. Zubamendi, Rice, Calcedo would be 6s I'd like. 8s, maybe McAllister, Milinkovic-Savic, they'd be welcome, man. I'd rather the scouts do their job and let it be a guy that we don't even know. Have to look what we can do now, not what is the future. To be fair, Chelsea strikers curse, which is true. I hear you, DG, but this season you needed to use January to push you on. And I'm here with that, Ross. I agree with you because you look at last year, obviously, them lot down the lane, for a variety of reasons, they brought in, what was it, Bentancur, Kulusevski. It gave them a push. For all the Vlahovic waffle and all these things, we didn't bring people in. And while we all admired that, you know, we're not being held to ransom and that, you can't go saved wages off the bench. So again, with Trossard and Jorginho, it helped us. Clearly, they weren't the first choice targets. It probably would have been the Mudryks, the João Felixes, the Caicedos. But this is what happens in life. Not everybody is the first target. Benjamin White weren't our first target. The Athletic came out and said, we tried to get Conde to play right back. Keep it moving. Had we have got Lisandro Martinez, I reckon he would have played left-sided centre-back for Arsenal, but Arsenal fans were waffling about him playing left-back. He played left-back 12 times, even when Arsenal were looking at him at Ajax and they're scouting him and literally getting on the plane to go to Holland. Yeah, he can be adaptable and things, but when you're watching him play for Ajax or wherever he was, you're seeing him play centre-half. Had we have got him, if I just humour the logic about left-back, may not have even taken a chance on Zinchenko. And I'm not saying these things would have been better or good or whatever, but things happen. Everybody misses out on targets. Real Madrid at one point, all you heard, they probably will get them one day, funny enough. But all you heard is, yeah, this summer, Mbappe, Haaland, they're making the move. Did that happen? So you just have to get on with it. So it's lovely to see there's another plan. 10 wins away from 13 away this season in the PL. Lovely. What you mean 11? 10 wins out of 11 away in the Prem this season. Lovely. If only we could defend how we do away from home at home, because we have performed well at home. But apart from the Villa game, I'd say all our emotional games this season have been at home, like forcing it with the Liverpool one. But there was a degree of that against Liverpool. There was a tiny degree of that against Leicester. I would definitely say West Ham, Fulham, Aston Villa at home, Man United at home. They took the lead. We equalised. We took the lead. They equalised. Dramatic winner. There's probably a couple of others as well. Bournemouth as well. How could we forget? To a degree, Brentford. I don't know what it is. It just feels like there's that little bit of added focus away from home than at home. Maybe it's because the Emirates is lovely to go to and all of these things. 9 clean sheets away from home, been a really good away. I mean, away form, clean sheets, consistency, it's amazing. Brother, you optimistic now? It's March and you're first. It's March. When does the Premier League season end? 381 likes, people. When does the Premier League season end? Has there been 38 games on the board? Now, I don't check the league table, but I wouldn't check it looking outside. It's raining and cold and that, but it's nice to know it's March. We're a month away from my birthday. Yeah, we just have to keep working, man. We just have to keep working. I don't want to be a team doing it. I want to be a team that's done it. You know, as much as this season has been amazing and that, in 10 years from now, if you don't correlate this to putting things etched in history, man, I'm not going to remember it. So, yeah, we do have depth and ability to compete, but there's several gears. If we want to be a consistent Premier League challenger and all of these things, yeah, there's several gears we're probably going to have to go up, man. 11 out of 40. My bad, DG. I walk over these stats, man. Oh, man. We just keep working, man. Shout American Gooner. Come on. What a guy, man. Roman Abramovich. What a guy. If you're not following on Twitch, make sure you're doing such, man. It's been a lovely, lovely stream with you lot, people. As it always is. Shout out to you that have crossed over from Rancy's stream as well. Seems like it weren't the best of days for Man United. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man, April 13th. Twitch is the place to be. I think the 26th of April versus City will be the day DG can come out with the full double D chest for this title thing. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I just know that you probably need to beat Manchester City. I know that, it sounds cliche, but you're at that time of the season where everybody's fighting for something now. We got to play Leeds, fighting for their lives. Palace, there's pressure on Vieira. Liverpool fighting for top 4. Pardon me. Still got to play Newcastle away from home because they're about to play Wolves. Funny enough, there's a lot to be decided. Injuries can strike at any moment. Arsenal do have this. The one criticism I could say is we can be our best friends or our worst enemies. There is degrees of making things harder than it needs to be for ourselves, in it. So just have to take every game one step at a time, not get too excited when you win, not get too downhearted when you lose. I think Arsenal and Man United are going to lose. Arsenal and Man City, sorry, are going to drop points. Just need to keep working. Literally, just keep working. I want the boys to be happy about beating Fulham. But come tomorrow, we're working on Sporting Lisbon. We're working on Leeds. We're doing what we need to do. I'm someone who hates the international break. And I kind of don't want it because 9 times out of 10 players start flying away and getting injured. But I kind of want the international break now so that players that are in the red zone, I know people are going to be playing for their countries and all of that, can have a day off. And obviously, Mikel Arteta and the boys can just breathe. And for me, I know we defended well today, but just go back to basics defensively because this was our best defensive performance, I feel, in a hot minute. Definitely better than how we defended against Bournemouth, Sporting Lisbon. And again, the games are coming so thick and fast. But yeah, we do have this tendency to concede some very cheap goals, as I'm sure everybody that concedes a goal in the Premier League would say they've conceded a cheap goal. But we kind of do some nonsense at times, really. You know, when we beat United, as great as it was a cheap goal. The goals we conceded at City were very cheap. The goals against Villa were cheap. The goals against Bournemouth were cheap. The goals against Sporting were cheap. The mistake at Fulham in the home game, and every goal can be avoided. You know, Brighton as well. But we have this to go to that next level. We need to kind of just stop doing that. Just need to keep going, man. Just need to keep going. You know, VAR disallowed the goal today, and we kept it moving, really. So, yeah, we just need to keep going, man. Don't get too excited. Stay humble. Work hard. See what you can get in it. City versus Arsenal is on my B day.